Hey, it's Brock here from Rock Hill Farms, and tonight I'm gonna see if I can set up a better way to salt off all this ice on the driveway. I've been using my fast cast spreader on the back of this four-wheeler. Few problems with that. Number one, doesn't have a cab, you're not separated from the elements. Moving it with the tractor is gonna be a step up there. Second thing is I haven't been able to put 2 bags in at a time because I wasn't sure if the four-wheeler could handle the weight. The tractor definitely can. Third advantage is this is receiver mount. It can also be 3-point mount, but I have it set up receiver mount. And I've got multiple receivers in different places on the tractor. And I'd only been thinking about putting this behind the tractor. But since I have a receiver on my pallet fork frame and I also have one on my bucket, that means I can put the spreader on the loader. By doing that, it solves my other problem, which has been the salt I have kind of clumps up inside of the spreader and doesn't want to shake down to the bottom. I was thinking I need some kind of a vibrating spreader or a vibrator to put on the side of the spreader to knock that down. With this setup, I should be able to see if the salt's coming out by looking in the headlights. And if it stops salting, I should just be able to shake the loader and have it knocked down. So I think it's going to be an improvement. So all I've got to do is unpin that from the four-wheeler, put it on the bucket. That'll only take a second. And then I've got to run the wiring down to the battery and up to the cab. But all in all, I think this is going to be a pretty quick deal to set up. The reason I'm doing it tonight is we've been getting snow. Well, we haven't really got any snow. We've been getting sleet and freezing rain for the last 2 days, and it's finally stopped. The whole property has a thick layer of ice all the way across it. This was that kind of freezing rain, or it's sleet that comes down in little marbles. So it's as slick as it could be out there right now. So this will also give us a little bit of a test on these groove tires, see how they handle going, uphill on the ice. Now the ice is finally quit coming down. We've got just a little bit of snow falling right now, but nothing major. And I think my people will probably try to come in and work in the shop tomorrow. So I'd really like to get this ice cleared. Tomorrow I think high of 32, and then the next day it'll warm up enough for this to really thaw. But I think right now is the best time to get the salt on. It's about 18 degrees, 8:30 at night, and I've got 6 bags in the loader. That's the other big advantage is salting with the four-wheeler. I haven't had a good way to carry the bags around. You can only put a couple bags on the front of the four-wheeler. So I've got 6 bags in the loader right now. I think I've been using like 8 to 10, so I'll only have to go back up to the shed one time. Anyway, let me get this set up and we'll see how it works. So that only took a few minutes for me to put the electrical connectors onto the battery. I was able to run the electrical wiring and the chute cable right up into the cab without any problems. And I think it's going to work pretty good. I'll dump a bag of this in here and we'll get going. Okay, so this right here, this can all be mounted in the tractor if you're going to use it all the time, but this is a temporary setup. But this opens and closes the discharge chute, and here is my on-off switch for the spreader. Just flip that and it turns on. See where we can put the camera. Oops. I started off just using 1 bag of salt at a time. but after a couple times refilling, I decided to try 2 bags, and that worked just fine, and I didn't have to get off the tractor near as often. First 2 times I used this, I wasn't thrilled with it, and it wasn't the spreader's fault. I wasn't using it properly. Working beautifully right now. I just wiped out over here carrying the camera. I have a feeling my back's gonna feel this tomorrow, but I mean, that's just what it is. This is a solid sheet of ice, pretty steep hill, and I brought the camera up here to show you how well these tires are gripping the ice. Also, it might as well be daylight. That hyperlight is so bright. If you haven't seen my hyperlight video, that thing is ridiculous. But I've done 90% of this already. I'm gonna finish up and kind of show you that I'm not sliding on this hill. I had no problems whatsoever with slipping or sliding on this hill, even though it's a sheet of ice. This felt like a really efficient way to salt all this rock area, and I would definitely recommend this spreader. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check it out or order one yourself. I've done 2 videos already on this spreader. At first I wasn't thrilled with it. That was 100% operator error. Now that I know how to use it properly, this thing is awesome. I have a ton of area that has to be dealt with, and I was able to do it quickly and easily and stayed warm. So I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. Over here you'll see links to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.